We are live. Yo, what is going on, comic book community? This is the comic book community shout out show. As you see right now, I'm not alone. I got my homie Jeffrey's in the house. How
What?
are you doing, brother?
I'm doing good, man. Thanks for letting me come on and hang out with you today.
You don't gotta thank me, man. The door is always open whenever you want to rock out on the show, man. All right. Not only that, we have our special guest, the man. He is a big supporter of everyone's channel. You can see him in the chats everywhere. I always say the comic collector. Tim, what is up, brother? How are you, man?
Doing good. Thanks for having me on, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, man, for sure. And he just broke 600.
Yeah,
So
nice.
congrats, sir.
Thank you. So,
All right. So before we move forward,
right.
man, I gotta say congratulations to two people out there, and there's a third person that's he needs something. He needs a big push because he is a good guy. But at first, congratulations to JP Budget and Collecting for hitting 600 last night. And not only that, Dan Piercy just hit 100. Dan the man just hit 100. He broke that. But now here's the big one, man. Big Will. Jeffrey, you know that guy, man.
Oh, yeah. Great guy. Absolutely.
267. Let's get him up to 300, man. Let's get him up to 300.
Yeah, I've seen Big Will's been doing work lately, man. It's like every time I turn on a show, I see him on there. So it's pretty cool to see him be as active as he has been. Because I do a show with him on Thursdays. It was every Sunday, and then he took a break and he came back, and now we're doing it once a month. It's like the second Thursday of every month. But yeah, no, definitely a really good guy.
Nice, man. I want to say real quick, thank you to everyone in the chat that is hanging out with us. And as always, guys, if you don't know us, man, you should. But if you don't, hit that like, subscribe to everyone in the house right now. This is what we do. We do live shows. We do free giveaways, stuff like that. And with that being said, Mr. Jeffrey, the Hope Encyclopedia. Let the people know who's in the house right now.
Absolutely. We got all of our good friends here today. Look at Downright Nerdy Podcast. What's up, Downright Nerdy? Good to see you. Hope you guys are having a great weekend. We got Comics on the Mind. What's going on, brother? If you don't know him, he is also on Instagram as Mindshift. Good to see you. Tony Fett. What's up, Tony? Good to see you, brother. Thanks for being here today. Second Street Marvel, what's going on, brother? Good to have you here. Hack 79, my brother. What's up, Hack? Good to see you, man. 36 Chambers Tattoo Studio. What's up? Thank you for being here. Metarog. What's up, Metarog? Good to see you, man. Unruly Simeon. What's going on? Super Russ 9000. Russ, how you doing today? Hope you're having a good one. Perry Comics. What's up, Perry? He says he just blew up the bathroom at the massage parlor. Time for him to leave. Yes, I agree. Dan Piercy, what's up? Congratulations on hitting 100 subs, Dan. Good to see you, man. Poor Mike, how are you doing today? Two Brothers Comics. I believe that we're going to talk about you a little bit later today.
We will.
Big Will, what's up? We were just talking about you. I don't know. Maybe that's why you jumped in and did not hear us. But if you guys do not follow Big Will, he is in the chat. Go check out his channel. See what you think. To do that old comic smell. Good to see you. Thank you guys. Thank everyone for being here today.
Old comic smell. I love smelling an old comic book, man.
I know you were asking me about those Flash comic books I had yesterday, if I smelled them yet.
Have you?
No, I need to. I just moved them out of the way right now because I got that A-OK I'm going to open up. I had to make some room.
All right. So before we move forward here, guys, I want to say real quick, I usually do 5 shout outs, but since last week I took a day off, I'm going to throw in number 6.
Oh.
I'm going to throw in a number 6. But at number 1 right now, ladies and gents, we have 1-2 Comic Talk. 59 subscribers on the Instagram. You can find them under the same name. This is a dynamic duo of a father and son team. The dad is Kevin. He is DOG. And the young buck is K. So these guys just want to hang out, just start chilling, talk about comic books, about from the past and the future and stuff like that. They're just hanging out right now. They're just hanging out in the living room. So
yeah, no. I was looking at their channel earlier, and I think that's a cool way for like a parent to interact with their like younger child, right? Like, because you start getting to, like, for me, like that, you get into that 11, 12, 13. You just want to hang out with your friends and do what everybody else is doing. But you got a YouTube channel with your kid, reading comic books, talking about them. I mean, that's a good way to keep that like kind of like a bond thing. I feel like it would be, at least.
Yeah, you just break them into comic books, and I mean they do comic books. Not only that, but they like talking about games and movies, and that's what we're all into. I assume all of us are into stuff like that too.
Pretty much.
So and let's see here. They just did an upgrade, so they just got some new stuff. So stay tuned for some new, probably high tech things they're gonna do on their channel. The only way to find out, if you go check out the channel right now, 12Comic Talk at 59 subscribers. Instagram, you can find them under the same name. And Perry, you watching, man? They love some Usagi, and you are a fan of some Usagi, man. All right. Now, with that being said, what's up, Tim? Thank you for hanging out, man. Let's get to know you a little bit better here, man, because you've been all around everyone's chat, supporting everyone in the community.
Oh yeah, for sure. I second that.
Yeah, man. I really do appreciate every time you're in the chat and stuff like that. And I always say the comic book.
Yeah. Yeah, I always try to watch as many videos and get to as many live things as I can, as much as working two babies will allow me. Definitely.
Yeah. All right. So
and I think go ahead.
No, go ahead. I see it's kind of delayed. That's my fault.
I was going to say that this is probably the one show of yours that's on at a time that I can make it to the most. Like, I'm almost always at this show. It's like your other shows are a little past my work bedtime, or like right at. I try to pop in for a couple minutes. So
that's cool, man. I really do appreciate it, man. And
yeah.
Not only that, man, everyone in the community knows your name by now, and that's pretty neat that you're hanging out with us as we speaking right now.
Yeah, it's always good. It's always good to see somebody that you always see around in the chats and do stuff with. So it's cool for sure.
Yeah, man. So I'm just gonna let's start the questions off right now, man. So how you got into this whole collecting comics and stuff like that, brother?
I guess a short answer would be I was around my grandparents a lot when I was young, and my grandpa was retired. I'm talking like 6, 7, 8 years old. And what they did for fun was go to flea markets, antique malls, yard sales. So every weekend, they would usually take me with them. And how the comic started is when Death to Superman started. My grandma was a collector, so she bought them and then gave them to me. And I just sort of started off with Death of Superman, Nightfall, and, Batman, the animated series. And that's pretty much what got me in. And collecting is sort of something that everyone in my family sort of collects something. You know what I mean? So this comics was always my thing from when I was real little.
So your grandma was into comic books?
Well, she collected a lot of stuff. Like, she's a borderline hoarder. But I think she just got pulled into the hype, the big 90s hype of, you need to get this Death of Superman because it's going to be worth something. I think that's what pulled her in.
A lot of people felt that way. That was the first comic book that I purchased, like with my own money, was the Death of Superman. So I mean, for anybody who was probably 6, 7 years old plus when Death of Superman came out, probably remembers that time. I feel like
I don't have that making my collection, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
And you're a
You see,
DC
it's
guy.
like- You see,
Well,
it's all it's a blur to me. I could only really tell you what my first books were because you could go back and look at the dates. And it's like, oh, Death of Superman was, first, because to me it was like Death of Superman and Nightfall and all that happened at the same time to me, But it's definitely those are two stories that when you read, they stick in your mind, especially when you're little. So
pretty neat.
definitely.
All right, so before we already know about that. So, how many books you think you have in your collection? Before you answer that, I gotta this shout out at number 2, man. I got a lot to read here, man. So I got my Red Bull.
Like a book or what? You got to
Well,
read a book.
it's not like a book, but it's about
Oh, okay. That's cool. Let's hear it.
All right. So, but let this question plant into your head, Mr. Tim. How many books you have in your collection right now? And then, with that being said, we have Two Brother Comics right now at 33 subscribers. You can find them at Instagram under the same name. These brothers right now, Dustin and Nick, they live in separate states, but you know what? What they wanted to do is come up with something to do together that they mutually love. So they wanted to cater to the young collectors as much as the old folks like us, man, the veteran collectors. I don't consider myself old. I'm only 43, but
Yeah, I'm not. I mean, we're not super old or anything. Just kind of old, I guess.
Is around that range. But they wanted to help them along. They want the collectors to help them along the way to build with the beginnings of their collection journeys, should I say. And they had a Facebook page, and that is very active, bringing lots of comic news. And what they do at the same time is they do live sales once a month. So you might want to check them out. A lot of people do live shows on YouTube selling comic books, but they do their stuff on Facebook. So that's pretty neat. But their main focus is they're trying to grow their YouTube channel. So guys, what you want to do is check it out right now. And not only that, man, they watch a lot of people in the comic book community. They want me to tell you that. So feel free to check them out right now. Two Brother Comics, 33 subscribers on Instagram, the same name. Dustin and Nick are great homies. And their content is great, man. You can see the work they put into their videos. It's a job well done, should I say. And if you guys never seen it, now you know. I don't want to hear no crickets, guys. What the heck?
I'm looking for their Instagram channel right now.
But anyways, man, while Jeffrey's looking for that, all right. So, how many books you got in your collection, there, Tim?
All right, I got my my CLZ app, and this is basically DC Comics, my manga, and Wizard magazines is 11,070.
Oh,
And then my
Wait,
my
did you say
Archie's-
11,000?
good
Yeah.
God.
and my Archies and Mad aren't in the CLZ because I collected those when I was younger, sort of in between DC because it's a long story, but I got into trouble at school, wasn't allowed to have Hero Comics, but still wanted comics, so I had Archie and Mad. When I don't have them up here where they're in my basement stored away, but I counted those, and that's a little over 12,000 Archie and Mad. I'm not sure, probably between 300 and 500 Mad, somewhere in there.
Now, did they stop the whole Mad magazine?
I believe at the end of this year, it's only going to be digital reprints or, collected ones. They're not doing any new material anymore. So,
okay.
Like the last few issues is a few pages are new, but mainly reprints. but the physical copies of issues stopped this year.
All right, because I went to a store over here in Florida. It's called I'm trying to think of it right now. It's not coming to my head. But they had a bunch of comic books, and I saw a whole bunch of mass stuff, and I was like, should I pick these up? 'Cause I knew it kind of stopped or something like that, and I didn't.
Yeah.
And you know,
That was one of those like magazine books that I used when your mom you have to go to the grocery store with your mom and you walk over to the grocery, the magazine racks. That's one of the books that I would always pick up and flip through. I do have memories with those. I don't think I ever owned any. Maybe here and there I had a couple random ones, but never like a collecting thing. But they're always just so funny.
I like them when you get a decent collection. They're almost like little time capsules because of what they're making fun of, like what was going on in the 80s or the 90s,
Absolutely.
And they're pretty collectible. I mean, if you get them in decent shape, I'd always pick them up if I see them, but it's older ones, maybe not 90s stuff, but.
So now you're mentioning that, how often do you go out hunting for I don't know if you have all the whole collections of Madden magazines. Do you go out hunting for issues that you're missing?
Well, the way I hunt now with the kids has changed. I maybe only go out once a month, twice a month. But there's some stores. You ever heard of like Vintage Docs or Half Price Books? We have some of those around here. And it's more of going there and just seeing what they have. They get a little bit of everything. And maybe a couple times a year we'll go to like some antique malls and stuff. But since my second one was born especially, I haven't been doing too much hunting. When she gets a little bit bigger, it might change. But
all right. Well,
I guess to answer your question, it's more of I just go and see what they have. I ain't necessarily looking for specific stuff.
All right. That's cool. We could talk about Batman Beyond. I know you like some Batman Beyond. That's why I made a thumbnail that way. But I know Jeffrey has something. He got an A-OK from a comic book community member. He is an awesome dude. And Jeffrey, Tim, give me 1 second. I'm gonna let Jeffrey just take his time here to open this because Zelos sent this to you.
He did, and it came in the mail yesterday. Thank you, Carlos. I appreciate it. We're gonna open it up right now and see what we got. You got one from him earlier this week, right?
I did. They're right behind me somewhere. We don't need to go through those books. While Jeffrey's going through that, I'm going to look through the chat right here. I'm using StreamYard, guys, so it may be delayed. Tim, Geek Comics Collector is our special guest, guys. You guys need to check him out, man. He did a great interview with Tony Fett. Tony Fett, an awesome, great community member, man. Check out their video too, man. It was awesome. I was watching it earlier today. Great stuff. And before we went live, Tim was like, I'm a little nervous. I was like, I get nervous every time I go live, man. It's just the way it is. But I want to say right now, we got Comics in My Mind in the house. 1-2 Talk in the house. Hacks 79. 2nd Street Marvel. What's up, Trinity? What's going on? Trinity, an awesome member in the community. He did a video the other day. He was just going live and just shouting out a bunch of people in the comic book community. And he was saying, I wouldn't be shouting you out if I didn't like it. So check 2nd Street Marvel out. Great homie. B Comic Assassin. Let's see here. I think so. Glitter and Duct Tape. What is going on? Comic Book Heroes are Rob R in the house, man. Dylan Comics Book Rant in the house. Poor Mike in the house. And Glitter and Duct Tape. There it is, man. Boy, that's a lot of talking, guys, man.
What? Come on. Okay, so let's show you. Let's get into this real quick. Bam! Some Incredible Hulk first issue. It's good. That's
Why some Hulk?
I don't know. So he's got him kind of. Oh, wow, this is one of my favorite covers. It's the shiny green issue number 377, 393. Okay, so he's got there's multiple books in each bag, so I'll take him out later. But oh yeah, it's a good Man Thing versus Incredible Hulk, right? Classic. Bam. He said he sent me some Incredible Hulk books, but he sent me a ton of them. So.
But that's what you like, man.
It is. No, I'm very excited. That's what I meant. Yes. It's a good thing. Thank you, Carlos. That's awesome, man. I appreciate it, dude.
Hey Tim, do you like Hulk books? I don't know if you do or not.
I don't know a lot about Marvel, but I mean I like Marvel. I think the only Hulk comic I have is Immortal Hulk #1.
Nice. That's cool.
So,
well, okay.
Yeah.
Are we still doing questions or what? 'Cause I got a question to ask.
Yeah, do it. Drop it.
Okay. So what is your? Rod told me you're more of a DC guy, but who is your favorite character?
that's semi-complicated. Like I always say, I don't count Batman and Superman because they're so obvious. So you put them up here, and it's sort of a tie between Dick Grayson and Kyle Rayner.
Okay.
So I really like those two.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
Pretty dope.
Can't go wrong with anything like Superman or Batman related. I mean, it's what you like, so it doesn't really, I don't really think it matters if a lot of people like them or don't like them or anything. But it's funny you were talking about Superman was one of the first comic books that I bought, but surprisingly enough, I tend to lean more towards the Marvel side. But you know what is I just got into the Flash. I've really been liking the Flash, so you never know. Like there's some room to grow.
Yeah.
And
what Flash are you reading? Which volume?
I just got a few of some random ones. I got the second, I think it's volume 2 with Wally West. I got some of the later ones of the first run with Barry Allen, and that's it so far. So
cool. I love the Wally run.
Yeah, I got the first 5 issues of that one from 87 or something like that.
Yeah.
Joe, you're crazy.
All right. And Tim actually mentioned that you're a big Archie fan. So, I mean, I'm not into Archie stuff like that, but how you got into the whole Archie and what's your collection like for the Archie comics and things of that?
You see, Archie was something I had when I was younger, like when I wasn't allowed the superhero stuff anymore because I was getting into fights at school. And I don't go out of my way to collect Archie anymore. I still have them. I like them. I was sort of like, my younger stuff. Like my teen years, I sort of moved away from comics a little bit, and I come back in my early 20s right into DC. Yeah, I mean, I like Archie. I've been watching the Riverdale show. It's pretty decent. So.
Nice. Yeah, I've heard good things. I haven't seen the Riverdale show, but I hear a lot of people that watch it enjoy it. So
it's one of those shows. I tell my wife, like, if this wasn't the Archie characters, I'd never watch a show like this. But since it already got me hooked in, I watch it. Yeah.
Yeah, I actually seen a few episodes of the first season, and it's something where I may want to ask the wife, do you want to watch some Smallville? And I think, it's kind of different now, but I think she would like it. What do you think, Tim?
Oh yeah, it has mystery and drama and like one season has like a serial killer and it's like, well, who's this serial killer? And I think it's a good show. Me and my wife watch it and she likes it a lot, so I think she probably like it.
Sold. I'm gonna get my wife to watch that. But right now, coming at number 3, Number 3 right now. All right, guys, this is gonna be something funny, but we have Stevie B Comics coming at 143 subscribers. You can find him on Instagram, and his videos are great, man. He goes, all right, I'm gonna try to do this the best way I can. All right. It's me, it's Stevie B, the mystery box shopping, content dropping, GP retriever with the comic book cleaver. There it is, man. Yo, check it out, man. It's a lot of fun because you know what? I'm a fan of mystery boxes, but this guy, he has some boxes out there, man, that are fire, that are dope. He's got boxes from Comic Fu. We know that guy. I know you do, man. And he's got boxes from Forbidden Geek, mainstream comics. And actually, he has a. This is gonna be the funny part, man. This is not for kids for sure. He had an eBay box from a seller called. All right, man. Get ready. This is crazy, man. Jizzy Chin.
Yeah.
Jizzy Chin, man.
Jizzy. It would only get better if it was like Jizzy Face or something like that.
No,
like,
it's true. Go out and Jizzy Comics. He shows it too. The box is right there. It's funny. He opens the box and it's you know, it's one of those things, man, where
teach their own, right? That's funny.
But he does great content. He puts out great mystery boxes, Comic Fu, like I mentioned, Forbidden Geek, Main Street comic boxes, all that stuff. And feel free to check him out, man. Stevie B.
Stevie B is actually having I think it's 100 subs contest right now too.
He is.
Yep.
Yeah. He's one of those guys that I was seeing him in all the chats and thought I was sub to him and clicked on him. Wasn't. Like, man, this guy has great videos.
YouTube's kind of weird.
Yeah.
Sometimes, like, if you don't keep up, like, with a channel, they will, like, for some reason, they delete subscriptions. They go through, like, once a month and do these cleanouts. So sometimes you do have to resubscribe to certain channels.
Okay. I've wondered because, like, some people disappear out of my feed, and I didn't know. So.
Could be. YouTube's weird.
That's that explains it then, because certain times, you can have your subscribers up to here, and the next thing you know, it's like it just drops. Well, then YouTube is doing their whole thing.
Yeah, and YouTube also holds your subscribers sometimes too. So like somebody could subscribe to your channel right now, and it won't show up for a couple days. I don't know why they say they hold the subs. I don't know why, but it's weird how they operate.
All right, so let's keep it going here, man. We're hanging out with Tim, the comic collector, guys. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the chat right now. But you know what? There's a question that's running through my head. Jeffrey has a few questions, but do you remember the first comic book you bought? The first one ever.
I don't. I mean, I know. I mean, coming back into comics in my 20s, the first one I bought, like with my own money and everything, was a collected Infinite Crisis. And that really interested me because I didn't know if it was something I was going to do, really collect or just pick up here or there. And it was so good that I got back into collecting full time again.
Nice. You got a question?
Joe asked if I do auctions. I don't do I don't really do auctions. I don't have nothing against them. It's just the way my finances are set up. I pretty much already know what I'm gonna buy like way ahead of time. And with the kids, like I like to keep a lot of money on reserve. So the only reason I don't do auctions. So
do you pre-order any comic books? That's what I do a lot. I pre-order a lot. I try to save a few bucks here and there by doing that.
I've really considered it. I've never done it before, so I'm wary of it. And we talk about a lot of new books on me and a comic food show, and I know that those seem to be delayed. But I've had a lot of trouble with pull boxes and stuff in the past, so I've been wanting to get into pre-ordering. I just haven't.
Okay, now that you mentioned Comic Fu, what's the show that you guys are doing, man? Let the people know.
Yeah, we do a show on Saturdays at 9 Eastern. It rotates between our channels. It's me and Comic Fu 2814, and it's called Fanboys Live and the Retro Review. It's basically a DC Comics only show. We talk about the new books of the week, the books that are coming out next week, any DC related news, movies and so forth. And then we review an old story. Like we've done Nightfall. When Tony Fat was on, we did Blackest Night. We had Jaguar on, and we did I forget the name of it. It's the Aquaman story where he loses his hand.
Oh, correct.
Just stuff like that.
Pretty neat.
And we actually, when Tony Fett was on, he at the end of the show, he surprised me and Dave with $15 gift certificates to New Cadia. And he gave us a challenge to use that $15. Basically 3 rules. One is you can't buy a book you already have. And then you're going to be judged on 2 things, how cool the cover is and how good the story is. And so this Saturday on Tony's channel, we're going to do Fanboys. And me and Dave are going to show the books we bought. And then we're going to let the chat vote to decide who got the better books on those 3 criteria.
Nice.
So
that's cool.
Wow.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
Looking forward to it, man. Yo, Jeffrey, I think there's a couple more people that popped in the chat here.
Yes, there is. Comic Book Heroes, Rob R. What's going on? Good to see you. We also have I Collect a Lot. What's going on? Stevie B has joined us. So if you don't know Stevie B, you can check his link out right here in the chat. Two Brothers Comics. What's going on? Good to see you. Davis Sanovitz. Google is shady. Google Tube. Yes. Good to see you, Dave. Thanks for being here. Long Box Diving. What is going on, Long Box? Good to see you. The Comic Assassin. What's up, Comic Assassin? Fatal J. What's up, Jay? Good to see you, brother. Thanks for being here. Big Lion Cat is in the house. What's up, Big Lion Cat? Did you shout him out yet? No?
I believe I did. I think the Gray Man's in the house, though.
Okay. Yeah, Gray Man. What's up? I think we are caught back up now. Then. What's up, Glitter? What are you doing?
Pretty dope, man. Yo, the chat is popping. Thank you so much for hanging out, man. We're hanging out with Jeffrey. Our special guest is Tim, the comic collector. He's a great supporter of everyone's channel. You'll see him in the chats. We got more questions. Anybody in the house that has questions, feel free to drop it right now.
I got one.
Go for it, brother.
So do you like, I guess this is like two questions in one, but favorite comic book artist / and writer kind of thing? Not like combo, but do you have a favorite artist or a favorite writer kind of?
Yeah, my favorite writer without a doubt is Jeff Johns.
Nice.
I mean, I'm a huge Green Lantern fan, and he wrote like the best stretch of Green Lantern ever. And one day I just noticed that it seemed like all my favorite stuff was written by him, like my favorite Teen Titans run, JSA, the Infinite Crisis I just mentioned. An artist, I don't necessarily have a favorite, but I like guys like Doug Mahnke, Jim Lee. That's probably all I would really know. I don't necessarily pay attention to artists as much as writers.
Yeah, for sure. But no, that's some good stuff right there. Cool, man.
Yeah.
Pretty neat. Well, we gotta. I gotta give out more shout outs, man.
Let's do it. Get shout.
We got now. All right, let's see here. At number 4, we have Southern Comic Geek at 49 subscribers. You can find him on Instagram. I think it is his Instagram. So feel free to check him out. Well, on his channel, you're gonna find, it's usually stuff that we do, some comic haul videos with the comic book reviews. He actually has some pretty cool X-Men slabs, man. With that being said, I'm not gonna tell you which one it is, but I do have a reprint of the German version of it. But if you want to find out what it is, go check him out. Southern Comic Geek, 49 subscribers right now. And you know what? It's just a cool channel. I dig it. It's a new channel, so we gotta support each other. So there it is at number 4, man. At number 4, we got 2 more to go.
Fish and Freaks Comics. Do you know them?
I've heard of that channel.
Yeah, I have too. But the Gray Man just brought it to my attention that he's only 12 subs away from 100. So if you guys are looking for anything else, check out Fish and Freaks Comics. He's a cool dude.
There it is. We'll just put it right there, and feel free to check him out. I actually seen Fish on the chats here and there. But you know what? It's just it's so many channels out there that put out great content. And I have a book. You guys seen my red book? I just write down stuff. I lose track at times, and I have to go back to the very beginning and be like, "Who did I forget?"
Right.
There's channels like I noticed today, Unready and Simeon. Never gave out a shout out to Aggressively Relaxing.
Well, you get to it, man. Don't stress yourself out. It's okay. It's okay.
But these guys been there since like day one. So
yeah.
Just want to just plug their names out there real quick. So so let's see here, man. Let's keep it going here with the questions. And I'm not sure there's any questions from the chat. All right, let's see here. All right, no questions. All right. All right, so how are you into any like signed comic books and stuff like that?
No, I only went to my first con, like a big con. This year I went to Wizard World for the first time. So I'm not really around places. I don't think a lot comes to St. Louis. I have a couple signed books. I won this from Josh R. Comics and Games on his contest. It's a X-Men 300 signed by Christos Gage. And then hold on 1 second. Let me see if I grab it.
Do it, brother. Right now, guys, we're just hanging out. This is the Comic Book Community Shout Out Show. We're hanging out with the comic collector. Tim is in the house. Jeffrey is on the panel. I'm your boy Rod, man. Yo, keep it going.
I got this from my buddy Dave, Comic Fu 2814. He surprised me with this at the end of. It was the episode we reviewed this book. So I think the second to last Nightfall episode. But it's signed by Kelly Jones, Mark Giordano, Doug Mensch, and Jim Aparo.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's super cool.
It's a nice book, too, to have some signatures on.
Definitely. Like, I was shocked. I couldn't believe he had sent it to me. But
do you guys remember? Now I'll throw Jeffrey out there, too. Your first AOK, because the whole comic book community throws out AOKs and stuff like that. You guys remember that one?
I think so, but I could be wrong. So I'm gonna just go to my YouTube channel and look.
I remember. I believe it was Jeffrey sent me out a Christmas card last year. So I consider that an AOK. After that, I believe it was Discovery Bay, and then I think John Comics with Kids. And I could go down the list, but man, if I could, that's pretty good. I can remember 3 right off the top of the bat of my head. So, how about you, Tim?
Yeah, I think I've had 3. I had my first one was Metarog, and my second one was actually the very first person that ever subbed me on YouTube is a channel named Library of Comics. If you haven't subbed him, definitely go do it. But he actually won my first contest I had, and then surprised me with a AOK, and I believe it was like maybe the day after or day before my second daughter was born. I was like coming home to get something for my wife to go to the hospital, and the guy hands me this giant box, and I'm like, what the heck? you know? And then the third one, I guess third and fourth technically, because this would be an AOK too, but David sent me an AOK of a bunch of old Green Lanterns and a Marvel, what are they called? Facsimiles?
Yes.
Like the first X-Men and a GSX-1. Definitely cool.
Nice. Poor Mike is in the house.
Yeah.
So
Mike.
my first AOK was from Thomas Churchill. I was right. That's who it was from.
Cool. Poor Mike came to my house like around, I think it was like 7:00 in the morning, and he was just like, we were texting, and I was sleeping. He wakes me up through a text, and he was like, I gotta go to work. Can I drive by the house?"
I remember this story.
Yeah, and he just gives me a whole. He's in his like work truck and gives me a bunch of Flash comic books. It was awesome, man. Steve Whiting, good lord, I don't even know where to start with Steve Whiting. We'll meet up at a flea market. The guy just buys me a comic book, I believe, and we end up one time at the LCS. The guy gives me a whole stack of Marvel Team Up. He knows I'm collecting on it. Then he throws in the slab that I sold last night. 9.4 is right there. Steve is never going nowhere. It's just stuff like that. What the community does is pretty dope.
It's crazy, cray. That's for sure.
I
I
gotta give a shout out, man.
Yeah. Go for it. One quick. Comic Book Heroes, Rob R says, just a recon. Do you guys attend any comic cons in either Orlando or Chicago area? Any plans for next one? Comic Book Heroes, there is one coming up in Orlando called MegaCon, and Rod will be at that. So,
I will be there. I'm already looking into hotels reservations. I want to go Friday through Sunday. I want to do the whole thing Thursday through Sunday. The hotels are $100 a night, but the question is the pass for the whole weekend. The whole thing is probably going to cost me an arm and a leg. The wifey said, "Go for it." So I'm gonna look into it, man. I'm gonna look into it, but I will be there. But at number 5, man, we have Bearded Geek Reviews, 164 subscribers on Twitter. You can find him at 667 Geek. Now he's coming from across the pond over Wales in the UK. So we got a UK follower, man. And what he does is he does some reviews on graphic novels, comics, and anything that's related to like comic book related stuff, even toys at times. So he's just a small channel trying to spread some geeky love and joy to all of us, to the comic book community, and he wants to share the similar taste that we all have when it comes to this. And he also said, if you would like him to review something, feel free to hit him up on beardedgeek at 667@gmail.com. So there it is, guys. There it is. Oh, man.
Right?
A lot of freaking talking, man. Do you have you guys sub up to these channels? Just
at least check them out. Check out the content, see what you think, and if you're enjoying it, give them a subscription. Isn't that what it's called? Subscribe.
Yeah, we can do that too. So, all right. So let's see here. So, Tim, do you have any? Well, you mentioned your grandparents or your grandma with the comic book stories, but do you have any like other stories like you want to share with us? I'm just curious. These are the questions that got written in there. If not, we move forward, man.
I think you stumped me on that one.
I got
Hard
a
to come up
question.
with one on the fly. Sure.
Okay, I don't know about you. For me, like I collect comic books. I also collect like video games and some action figures and things like that. But what about, do you collect anything besides comic books?
When I was younger, I collected hockey cards. I still have those, and I guess kind of I collect DVDs. Me and my wife worked overnights for 4 years, so that on your days off, it's the middle of the night still.
Yeah,
But
for sure.
I did actually collect. I collected video games for a little bit. I had a huge Nintendo 3DS and like DS collection. But
cool.
After my first baby, I was never playing it. And when the second baby was coming, we sold all the video games just because.
Now you're starting a baby collection.
You could use the money. Yeah. And it was like, you're not going to be able to play it with 2 screaming kids. So why let it sit here and take up room?
All right. I
Yeah.
you.
Oh, yeah. I collected Doctor Who.
Oh,
Doctor Who for a long time. I've almost completely sold that off to a little independent bookstore in town.
Well, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
All right. So let's see here. We're gonna run down. I have to throw in a bonus shout out. We could keep on talking, guys, man. But this is the bonus shout out because last week I took a day off and I feel good to give. At number 6, chimicomics, 105 subscribers. Find them right now on Instagram. The name is funny, right? But you know what? These three nerds go by the name of Riley, Wyatt, and Tanner. They want to come together and discuss their love for comic books, just like we all do. They do comic haul and some comic book reviews, and they just posted an announcement for, they're doing something, man. So what you want to check out is their channel to find out the announcement, and they do a monthly podcast every month, and they got a bunch of new shows they want to do on 2020 next year. So stay tuned for that. Chimmy Comics, 105 subscribers. Instagram, you can find them under the same name, man. Wow. And I want to say,
are you reading the chat? We got it turned up.
What is the chat saying, man?
Nothing. It's cool.
Oh, good Lord. I already see Katie saying something.
Yes,
I saw it right now. When you're lonely, Perry does adult toys come in handy. Well, obviously, this is not for kids. So, with that comment, so Perry, there's Perry.
Yeah.
Anyway, so with that being all said and done, guys, I'm just curious, Tim. What do you think about this whole Coppa? What do you think, man?
Coppa feel.
I'm not an expert on it, but what I take from it is sort of what I'm just doing with my channel. Like I said, most of my backlog I mark for kids to be safe and made private. And I'm just gonna make some videos up to January 1st until we get like a definite it's safe to do it. I'm not gonna I'll just stay private when January 1 hits until it's safe to come back. Worst comes to worst, Instagram. Yeah, that'd be a good way to go.
Have you paid a lot of attention to all this stuff, Rod? The Coppa stuff and everything?
No, I saw the video that Comic Tom did today with Bueller, and I was just curious to see what Tom had to say. They just did a small little video. It wasn't too much into details, but it's just there's stuff out there you can read and stuff like that. And
I've just heard little bits and pieces here, but I mean, I don't know. I'm just kind of rolling the dice, I guess.
I'm gonna roll the dice.
I marked my channel because in the settings you can go and you can mark whether your channel is for children or not for children, and I marked that everything that I put out is for adults only and not for children. But I mean, I don't know.
You
And
see
that's
what?
Go ahead.
What
Go
I
ahead.
got.
I'm sorry, sir.
What I sort of got from it is it's not illegal to make videos for kids. The problem came from YouTube collecting data on kids. Well, the FTC even has a setting for mixed audience, but YouTube gave us kids or not for kids. So if you mark not for kids, that means YouTube's going to be collecting data. So if you have childlike stuff like comics, you could be liable. And to me, that's just it's too risky. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, no,
I love YouTube, but
and I've heard they think that there could be similar circumstances like when people first started getting in trouble for bootlegging movies and music. They made an example out of a couple people, and then it kind of did its thing, which I've heard people theorize that could be something that could happen too. And it would suck to be one of those, people who get, made an example of if they do that. But
I think toy people are probably in more danger than anyone, like pop collectors.
Right.
But like in the language, it lists cartoons or cartoon imagery. So I mean,
what if we just start putting like little,
us.
How on CDs they got like parental advisory like warnings on them? What if you just have to like label your thumbnails for your videos with like a mature sign or an 18 plus or something? Like at some point, the parents of the people watching it have to be held responsible in some account, right?
Yeah,
they have to be because. Go ahead, Tim. Before I say my.
I was just saying it's all just based on YouTube collecting the data. Even if you put 18 above, put a warning sign, and they decide that you have childlike stuff that could attract kids, and YouTube's collecting data on your videos, it's just all YouTube just needs to not collect that data, and we'd be fine.
But it's like I use the app, where you can find your analytics, whatever you want to pronounce it. And I go out there and I'll see what my audience base, should I say, it's between 25 or 40 or even the 60 range. So I don't have anyone 13 watching my stuff. So you guys, they want to go out there and see who's watching my stuff, then there it is. So I don't know that's what throws me off. I don't know what's the big deal about it. I don't know, man. It's just crazy. I had somebody send me a message today and said, I just closed my channel. They just want to be in the safe side. I was just like, hey, what I'm supposed to do, It's just
it's scary. I thought about shutting the channel down, but you could always put it on private too, and you're safe, which is what I'll do until we get the thumbs up. It's okay to keep going.
Yeah.
Because I'd hate to leave YouTube. I love the community, hanging out with everybody. It's
called YouTube for a reason. If you can't do what you want to do, then they should call it like BS Tube or something like that, right?
Yeah.
It's at the same time. It's like I was at the store and I seen the mother give the phone to a kid. When I say a kid, I would say like under 10 years old. And obviously he's watching YouTube, and I'm just like, there it is. I mean, come on. I mean, because of them, they're the ones that are messing everything up, I guess. I don't know, man. I'm just talking here, but just frustrated, just like a bunch of people in the community.
Yeah, that or they make it Count Von Strange. That just gave me a thought. I know it'd be a hassle, but instead of like YouTube being more of just like you get on it and can do whatever you want, be more of like a streaming service where every time you go to use it, you have to like log in with a username and a password. It might be kind of more of a pain in the butt, but like it would provide you, like if your kids, have your phone, they can't sign on without you knowing. So at least you know that they're on it, instead of just a constant remembering your password and save it and get on it any time or something. I don't know.
Very good point, sir. Very good point. I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Too many rock stars. Sorry.
It's all right, man. It's all right. Before we end the show, if anyone has any more questions right now for Tim D Comic Book Collector, drop them in the chat right now.
One real quick question: did you just recently like change the name of your channel? Were you Tim the Canadian Comic Book Hunter or something, or is there two?
Yeah, that's a different guy.
Okay.
We get confused a lot, at least on my end. People will be like, "Are you?" They ask me that all the time.
Yeah,
so.
I saw a couple of people talking about that in the chat, so I was like, maybe I didn't. I thought it was
Yeah,
different.
Yep, we're different.
Okay. Cool.
All right, guys.
I'm Tim the American Comic Book Hunter.
Well, when you said you were from St. Louis, that's kind of what got the wheels going in my head. So.
Yeah.
I do have the Canadian for a shout out in my notes, but that'll be for a different show. But right now, let's run down the top 6 channels for the comic book community. Shout out at number 1, we have 1-2-Comic-Talk at 59 subscribers, guys. You can find them on Instagram right now. The dynamic duo of the OG and the young G. We have Kevin and Kai. Man, check out their channel right now. Perry, you watch, man. They like some Usagi, man. Check it out. At number 2, we have Two Brother Comics, 33 subscribers on Instagram. And dust to the neck. They live in different states. They put out great content. They want to cater to the newer collectors out there, as much as the old farts like me, check them out, man. Check them out. The only way you're gonna find out about these guys if you go check their channel right now. Great people. They have a Facebook, man. Great stuff. This is the one I love the most, man. When I found this channel and I've made these notes today, Stevie B Comics 143 on Instagram. You can find him under the same name. It's me. It's Stevie B, the mystery box shopping, content dropping GP retriever with the comic book cleaver.
There was a singer named Stevie B, right? Like, I'm not tripping on that.
There was, but then you can think about wrestling. It's me.
DDP. Yeah, I got you.
But then he had he does mystery boxes, but the one that sold me the most was the eBay seller.
Oh, I know it. Yeah, never. Spring love, come back to me. Yeah, that's Stevie B. Right.
Bringing it back old school, man. At number 4, we got Southern Comic Geek 49. Find him on Instagram. I believe that's his Instagram. So he does comic haul, comic reviews. You cannot leave out his X-Men slabs, man. Check out the one he has. It's a nice grill. But at number 5, coming from across the pond from Wales in the UK, Bearded Geek Reviews, 164 subscribers. Find him on Instagram under @667 Geek. Great guy in the community. He's got an amazing epic beard. Like mine was.
Well, yours is a lot nicer than mine. So.
But he's just a small channel, just spreading some geeky love out there to the comic book community. And if you want to do a review on something, check him out. Send him an email, beardedgeek667@gmail.com. And finally, chimicomics 105 subscribers. Instagram, you can find him under the same name. These 3 guys, or nerds, they go by Riley, Wyatt, and Tanner, put out content out there in the comic book community. They have an announcement to make. The videos out there on their channel. You got to check it out right now. They're going to bring out some new stuff for 2020. So stay tuned for that, man.
Yeah.
Oh, whoa. Poor Mike just said he's up to 16 subs now. Oh, man. All right. So before we end the show, guys, it is an hour mark. I want Tim, let the people know what you got going on. I'll give you the platform right now. This is all about you, brother. Let it go.
So every week I do a show called Fanboys Live in the Retro Review with Comic Food 2814. This coming Saturday, we're going to be doing a show on Tony Fett's channel. Definitely come check it out. We're going to be opening up boxes we bought with the gift card from New Cadia that Tony gave us, and you in the chat will actually vote on who got the better deal based on a cover and story of the books. And I think, pretty sure that'll keep going past the new year. Me, myself, I'm the comic collector on YouTube. I'm Tim the Comic Collector on Instagram. And one way or the other, I'll be doing stuff on YouTube, Instagram, both. Maybe just Instagram going into the new year. I just do collection videos showing you full runs, and I show you my comic book hauls, stuff like that. So come check it out.
Nice. Oh, wrong one. Let's do this. All right. So Jeffrey, man, every time I ask Jeffrey what you got coming up on your channel, what is it, Jeffrey?
Well, there's this. Well, I got nothing really,
Oh, wow.
Man.
I'm getting around. I got a couple of packages. I don't know if you guys can see them over there. I got a couple of packages that I need to open up. So maybe one of these days I'll do something with that.
All right. Well, that's all. And that's Jeffrey.
Yeah, that's me. DDP, right?
All right, man. I want to say thank you to everyone that was hanging out in the chat right now. As always, man, what you got to do is check out everyone's channel right now in the chat. Great content creators, and they put out great stuff.
I have one Gray Man that I need to do. It's my newest one. When it comes to Hulk, I have a lot, and it's really hard to find anything new. So, but I just got a bunch of books today from Zelos, and I got a bunch of books over the week from that Black Friday sale. So maybe I'll do another Hulk video. Yeah, go check out that channel right there, and the link right there. That is for Fish and Freaks Comics.
All right.
He's
one shy. Yeah, one shy of 100, guys.
We'll hit it right now, man. Go check out the channel right now, guys. Check it out. Hit that mark. He wants to hit that 100. It's a good feeling when you hit the 100, 200, 300.
Little milestone, man.
It's a great feeling, man. It is a great feeling. And congrats to Tim. He just broke 600. Like I mentioned earlier, JP Budget Collector hit 600 last night. Damn, Piercy just broke 100 last night. Jeffrey, my comic Hulk dictionary. Where are you at right now?
I'm at my house, hanging out in my office.
Besides that,
522. I'm checking right now.
522. He's on his road to 600. So you guys, man, you want to check out Jeffrey's channel as we speak right now. And he just comes on there, just puts out content randomly. That's why you got to hit the notification bell.
Yeah, if you don't know, I'm on a few shows on a constant basis. And then my channel is just kind of like, for me, when I feel like I need to put out a video or have something to do, it's not a very consistent channel. I'm not doing stuff all the time every week, but I do put out content, and I've got a lot of content on there from the past. So
you got some great stuff. He's got the mystery box from those guys, or who was it from?
Yeah, no, well, I got the Grells Anonymous one. That was like the first crazy one, and then I got that one from those guys. So yeah, there's a couple of crazy things, I guess. But then we had the New Year's live stream last year. Do you remember that? That was like the longest live stream I did. It was like 8 hours long. Oh man.
Yeah, I won't be doing that.
Wow.
All right, guys. So that is it, man. Again, at number 112 Comic Talk. Number 2, Two Brother Comics. At number 3, we have Stevie B Comics. Number 4, Southern Comic Geek. And number 5, the Bearded, well, not the Beard, but Bearded Geek Review. And number 6, chimicomics. So those are the channels right now that got the shout out. Stay tuned for next Sunday. We'll do this again. And as always, you'll see Comic Triple Threat every Tuesday, 8 o'clock. It's the place to be for Buy Your Pass, man, on New Comic Day. I'm your boy, Roderican. That's my homie, Tim, the Comic Collector. I love saying that. The Comic Collector. That is my homie,
Thank you.
my brother, Jeffrey. Man, we celebrated 1 year anniversary of Coast to Coast Comics. Actually, it is today, but last night we did it. And thank you, brother. With that being said, guys, don't do anything I wouldn't do. Don't go nowhere, guys.
Yeah. Thank you, guys.